Welcome back, everyone, to the Frogs of Calamitous Intent. It is episode 2 of season 3 of Amphibia. Last episode, we saw Anne reunite with her parents at long last, while also having the Plantars in tow. Naturally, they didn't fully accept this right away, and insisted on keeping everyone in lockdown. Gee, does that sound familiar? But gradually, they grew to accept them after an outing at the store, and nothing happened that they know of. However, we know that there is actually an active threat chasing Anne and the Plantars now by way of a new Frobot, I guess I should say. I call him T-1000 Frobo just because he's way more advanced and scary. We also learned that Anne's powers actually do take quite a toll on her, more than we originally thought, to the point where she can't even move her arms afterwards, and this is not a good thing. There was a lot of setup in the last one, establishing a lingering threat before we get to the even bigger threat. So today's episodes we have
Hop Till You Drop and Turning Point.
I assume we're going to get more shenanigans from the Plantars, as for once they're the ones who are out of their element in this new world, exploring all of these humans things and learning about the world overall. So far, they seem to like it, given what we've seen them go through in the Asian market. Hopefully this time Sprig doesn't try to microwave another phone.
Yeah, it looks like we're also going to see things from Amphibia as well, given what I saw the list of guest stars, and it sounds like it's all of the Wartwood community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm guessing we're going to pan back to Sasha and Grime. I did see a lot of pics in regard to that, and it's probably going to be a big emotional thing for her, which is understandable considering, you know, she freaking betrayed her best friends and tried to kill them and her friends and tried to take over all of Newtopia.
And then her friend betrayed her in turn. Her other friend betrayed her in turn.
Yeah, honestly, the only reason that she's not in charge right now or facing harsh retribution is because of Andreas's reveal. And then them, of course, realizing that, hey, he's a lot more threatening than we originally thought. I heard a lot of people saying the turning point is supposed to be a big moment for Sasha, and I really do hope so, because here's the thing, starting off, I actually really did like Sasha, because she did seem to be sort of like the popular mean girl type, but she was like smart, and she was like crafty. She was really good at like manipulating people into getting to do what she wanted, and she kicked ass on top of that. I don't appreciate that, you know, she's always bullying Anne, like always manipulating her into doing what she wants. I mean, that's kind of how Anne got dragged into all this in the first place. She waffles between going full out for her friends, but then betraying them without a second thought. And it's mostly whether or not they align with what she wants to do. I should hate her, but I weirdly don't. But I guess it's like along the line of, it's a flawed character that you can't help but like sympathize with and like, despite how bad they tend to get. What do you think?
Honestly, that is the thing with Sasha. It's a double-edged sword. It's like, you know, she's kind of a toxic individual, but at the same time, you've kind of seen her grow as well, as almost as much as Anne, but at the same time, it's like she's also kind of hiding her true motives and everything, and you don't quite know what to make of her. It's like, is she gonna have a redemption? Or is she going to continue down this road and wind up staying in Amphibia and taking over the place?
Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see then, so let's get started and see further shenanigans of the Plantars in the human world, as well as Sasha's turning point. And play. First time we start off with the theme song proper.
Where you going?
Meh.
The mailbox? Sounds exciting! Can we come? Please, please!
I guess they're still a little stir-crazy.
You know, I used to only get the mail to intercept my report card. But these days?
Smallish humans!
Oh no.
Hey, watch it! You overgrown stink bugs!
Would you call us?
Did you call us?
Sorry, she's just a baby.
Weirdest baby I've ever seen.
Oh no.
Not the wood
Not
chipper.
Fargo.
A free vacation? Just for listening to your talk?
Oh no.
Freaking Dora
He has no
Sheldon.
money. Just IOUs.
Where do
This
I
land
start?
is my land.
I got in a fight. Pop was seconds away from getting scammed, and Sprig almost got turned into wood chips.
Wait, Sprig is made out of wood?
I'm exhausted just trying to keep them all alive.
Sounds like being a parent.
The trick is to ease them into the world, slow and steady, like how I'm easing this egg into. Dang it!
Don't feel bad, Aunt's dad. I can't do it either.
Slow and steady.
Ooh.
Bring it on, humans!
Free money, and all I have to do is give you my bank account numbers.
You don't
What
have
bank
a bank
account?
account.
Yep. Slow and steady ain't gonna cut it.
Here, take this free stress test I got from that guy.
No. The responsible thing to do is to train you all at once at the most chaotic and dangerous place I know.
Oh, lordy.
The Willowbrook.
Where I
We have a Willowbrook.
There's a Willowbrook in Wayne, yeah.
Where you're gonna survive.
What are they in
my
Jersey?
world.
Yeah, we don't need no stinking train.
Meh.
I say what I want when I want.
Maybe in
And
one
no
world,
mommy,
here,
Harry,
your
is gonna
mission
tell
is
me
to
what to
build
do.
a custom plushie without fighting anyone. Your mission is to walk through that gallery of art installations
Ringtone.
without touching any of them. Looks simple
Cool
enough.
bean.
You need to stop taking free stuff. In my world, everything has a price.
Then why do they call it free, Anne? Because they think I'm gullible and easily scammed?
Yep.
Yes.
Well,
Well, that's actually pretty clever.
It's to make it through Kiosk Alley without falling for any free scams. All of you from up here, you
yeah,
have
and I wouldn't
Unique
walk through
O.
that.
your missions.
And if one of us screws up?
Then you can't be trusted to leave the house.
Since when
Oh boy.
So this Build-A-Bear.
This'll do. Yoink, yoink. Don't know why Ham thought
Thought we wouldn't notice.
I think there's been a misunderstanding, but that's...
Meh.
Hey, lady! Your chubby spawn is ruining my work!
Did you just call my kid a spawn?
Polly and Christine! I'll just get more candy!
Ah.
Trust, contain.
No parents watching their kids.
Nope. Urge to kill rising.
Textures to explore.
Oh my god.
You can't be trusted to leave the house.
Oh, it's fine. Totally fine.
This is fine.
I can just look and appreciate from afar.
Isn't that cactus character from, I think Final Fantasy?
I think so. God, look at all this interpretive art. It's so ugly. I have to touch. Can he resist, folks? Can he hold out? No, I can't!
Sir, how would you like a free gift card?
Hey there, handsome. Want to start your modeling career with some headshots? Just need your ID. It's 100% no strings attached. Free.
Oh, God. Resist, Top Pop!
Stranger danger.
Nah.
Mark here, got a suspicious looking COD. Creepy old dude on radar and in pursuit.
That's racial
So
profiling.
far, so good.
OMG, Anne? Is it really you? Where have you been? Is it true you went missing or ran away or died or something?
Don't be ridiculous, Gabby. I was just at my family's farm in Alaska for 5 months.
Well, now you're back. I gotta catch you up on all the hot goss. Bridget got mad at Carlos because she thought Carlos went to the movies with Johanna, but it was a
Ugh.
Yoko. So
Lord.
then Yoko and Bridget stopped being BFFs, only been dating since.
I don't care.
So I can't do this.
Crombie and
Things are
Pitch.
just so cool.
Unico.
Yeah.
Old Baby.
Hot, right? So obvious.
Ever 22.
No!
Ooh.
Touch.
How
What is this?
disassembly?
I was gonna say, is this kinetic art? What the hell?
Almost done!
I like the mutant bear.
I'm so tired.
Oh!
That's it!
Oh no.
Mm.
actually gonna punch babies? Never mind, go ahead.
Fountain of Wishes contains chlorine.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It can't be. Thousands of coppers just there for the taking. Free!
Oh, how about
They
don't do
didn't know,
it?
but they ended up going.
Oh.
Got a disrober stealing witches in progress over.
So it's
Damn.
Stealing witches.
is now some kind of disgust.
Damn, what the fuck is wrong with you?
At least it can't get any worse.
Help me, Ann! Help me!
Oh, it's green.
It's not easy being green.
The cursed fountain did this to me. Everything has its price.
Wii Sports.
Never saw him again.
Honestly, I can't tell the difference.
Can I help you, ladies?
Why, yes. We're looking for a ruffian who is making trouble for our little angels.
I've got just the guy. Excuse me, sir. I have a number of ladies here who'd like to complain.
You listen here.
Too many Karens in one place.
I got a pack of MIDs. That is moms in distress here. Back up. Sit back up.
Back up.
Well, you all failed miserably.
Well, guess we failed our trials.
I just really thought throwing you into the deep end would work. I mean, it worked for me in Amphibia.
You're the girl of things you set on fire.
Yeah. Remember when she was looking at her phone and walked right into that pool of quicksand?
Or when she was napping outside and a swarm of skull suckers tried to carry her away?
Oh, God.
And we were always looking out for you, even if you didn't always notice.
Thanks, guys. I had no idea, and I'll try to do better about easing you into this place.
No.
I think we need to get Hop up to a shower.
Oh, yes, please. My skin is burning.
Blurry in big amounts does hurt.
Yeah.
Some days, idiot. Picking up where we left off. I need to be reminded of that.
No, she managed to open the portal. So, what about you two? Are you with me?
We're with you. Definitely with you.
Good. Get her to a rejuvenation tank and make it snappy. She's fading fast. There's
She
nothing.
didn't die instantly.
Now let's move before someone.
So what's the plan, Captain?
I'm gonna have to toss you out the window.
The window.
Defenestration, yay!
Flawless escape.
Well,
Joe Sparrow to the rescue!
Well, that's lucky. Excellent work, George Sparrow.
it's Joe.
Anne, Marcy, please be alright.
But where do we even go? Your tower? Andreas will be expecting that.
Then we'll have to go somewhere he doesn't expect.
What?
Yeah. And so far, you're kind of friendly there.
Until they find out what they did.
What in the frog is going on?
Where are the planters? Where's Anne? Where's Spring? What do we tell them?
Not the truth, that's for sure.
Obviously.
People of Wartwood, we have terrible news. The king has turned out to be a ruthless tyrant of unspeakable power.
Well, I never voted for him.
You don't vote for a king.
They sent us to protect you, fine frogs, in the meantime.
There's no way they're gonna trust us just because we name-dropped Anne.
Not with that attitude.
What a relief.
Rest easy tonight, folks, because Ann's best friend is here to watch over us.
You forget the pull that Anne has in Wartwood.
Okay, dibs on Hop Hop's bed.
Oh!
Now that is a big potato.
My potato.
Hop, what sort of weird shit are you into?
A tiny snail.
Michelangelo!
And a bigger snail.
Betsy.
Well, don't mind me. I'm gonna go sleep in the corner with the rest of the trash.
Back in the trash where you belong.
Where am I? Of course this is my
Oh,
nephew.
I'm just cuddling with
Rise
them.
and shine, I made worm waffles. Look, I get you feel guilty about tricking your friends and inadvertently helping a king get the music box. But you've got to get a hold of yourself. What's that sound?
Oh, I love an enthusiastic welcome. Wanted to thank you again for watching over the town.
Hey, Wally.
is a friend of mine, showing me the importance of honesty, being true to yourself, the meaning of friendship.
Just keep piling it on. Pile on the guilt.
Right now, very busy protecting the town for Anne. I swear, if one more country bumpkin.
Bread, anyone?
Get away from me!
Don't want the extra carbs, eh? I get it.
Her magic's gotten better.
She's hiding underground with the toads that avoided capture. They've got weapons, soldiers, and fortification. We've got to join her.
Why? So we can come up with another cruddy plan that fails and ends up hurting the people we love?
No need to be a downer. You want another strawberry, little guy?
Take the muffins or cake or whatever else you...
Oh shit. Hide!
Go for the legs!
You can defend against that?
Nice.
That works.
Dang thing was calling for help. There's probably a whole army of them on their way now.
God damn.
We're getting out of here.
What about that old lady who gave us a pie?
Lieutenant, these pumpkins will only slow us down. And if I'm being honest, that pie crust was soggy. I know it's harsh, but Wartwood is done for. We need to rejoin our forces and make plans for...
Or you can train them.
No, enough with the plans. And the schemes. I'm done.
What? But you love schemes. Lies, manipulation, backstabbing. It's like your thing. Since when have you cared?
Since I saw the consequences.
Since you got your friend
Lieutenant,
stabbed.
whatever you're dealing with, you need to confront it.
Part of the reason Toad Tower fell was because of Wally, so... Seriously, train them.
Sasha, Marcy, and I are finally together. And you know what? It's awesome. Tomorrow, we head to Newtopia. And after that, I think we're actually going home. I'm so happy I trusted Sasha again. I always knew, even after everything that happened, we'd work it out.
Oh, Anne. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have
should
tried
be.
so hard to be in control again.
I called you all here to tell you that.
A robot army is on its way to destroy Wartwood.
What? An army?
How many are we
What's a robot?
And that's not all. I lied to you about Anne sending us to protect the town. I'm gonna defend this town.
Whoa, Nelly!
Presents.
Shut up, Nelly.
You better start doing that now.
Oh boy.
Whoa! Now that's a
Only
tank.
one? Honestly, that doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, there we go. It's like that frog that hatches frogs out of his back.
Oh no.
Sorry I'm late.
Crazy!
I got to thinking. Beatrix may have weapons and soldiers, but you know what she doesn't have? You, Lieutenant.
Aww.
You big softy.
30 against 2, eh?
Hardly a fair fight.
Yep.
Yeah, Mrs. Croker.
Hey, robot Scott!
Interesting she knows what it is.
She called the robot. Huh. Alright. He ripped his eye out.
Turn it, duck.
Yep.
No way!
Mom's been training her well.
My belly's belly. They're better than any soldier.
It's weird. You think they'd be heat-seeking missiles, but
But they're
actually-
cold-blooded, yeah.
Like, I see it following Sasha. Aha!
I think you're enjoying this too much.
Wow.
It's fun to rip eyeballs out.
I don't know what to say. And taking those robots on alone to protect us frogs?
It really is something I would have done.
Thanks, you guys.
What happens now?
I got your army.
We start fighting back.
On Disney
Good start.
Yep.
They're not as helpless as when Anne first arrived.
Okay.
I gotta say, it's a really good thing this is a kid's show, because something tells me after they showed Marcy, after she got stabbed, she would have been laying in a pool of her own blood. Yeah, thank you, show, for reminding us of that again.
I feel like we're gonna get a lot of that reminder.
Well, considering we don't know exactly what her fate is, I mean, Andrea said that, you know, she was fading fast, and I'm like, how does that not kill her right away? That went through her chest and theoretically her heart. She should be, like, instantly dead. But then again, kids show.
Maybe he just missed the heart.
I guess. That was some like pinpoint aiming though. So let's go over these two individual ones, since they're drastically different. So the first one with Anne throwing the planters head first out into the human wilderness that is the mall. I mean, on the one hand, I can understand her logic. On the other hand, definitely should have eased them a little more. But it seems like even if she tried to explain everything, they wouldn't understand until they actually experienced it.
The freaking mothers with their babies. I'm just like, ignore your kids, but then be like, oh, my Snookums is perfect. Yeah. How dare you insult me? And then violent babies.
It's like on the one hand, I don't condone punching babies, but on the other hand, those babies were vicious.
They had it coming.
Oh, yeah. We should call a hat to rein them in. Free hat, free hat, free hat. I don't blame Polly for reacting that way. I understand babies are naturally destructive and inquisitive and stuff, but like that was 211, and like I said, they had Karens for moms, so it's no wonder they were like that. And of course, Sprig going around to touch everything. God, he's such a kid.
Touch.
Not that.
Touch.
Not that. Touch. What did I just say?
Ooh, what does this button do?
Oh, the worst was Hop Hop. All of his freemium stuff, them trying to scam him and everything. I don't mean to, like, you know, perpetuate the stereotype that old people are gullible, but old people are gullible. If you weren't raised in, like, a culture or around, like, situations where you're constantly encountering salesmen and people who are giving away, like, free items and stuff, yeah, people fall for that stuff so easily. I know, like, certain people's, like, grandparents that just aren't allowed to even answer the phone because they are that friggin' gullible when it comes to salesmen. Also, one thing to note is that Anne finally encountered somebody beside her parents, a friend from school. She gave the excuse that, oh, I've been up at my family's farm for like a couple of months.
In Alaska.
I don't know why, but when she said that, I immediately thought of the excuse that some parents give for, like, when they claim that their teenage daughters are away at boarding school, and in actuality they're, like, pregnant. That's what I kept thinking, if anybody's gonna make that deduction.
That one went over my head, if that was what they were going for.
I guess that was her ready-made excuse, and I'm wondering if that's what the parents told everybody.
I don't even think that was ready-made. She seemed like just to kind of be making it up on the spot.
I suppose. I'm just wondering what the hell her parents told everybody, because you would think the school would know that she officially went missing, that Sasha and Marcy all went missing. You think there'd be police interviewing all the kids and everything, trying to figure out, you know, who saw them last and where they think they might go and everything. And for her to just suddenly show up at the mall and be like, oh yeah, it was all good. I was just away on a trip for a couple months. It's like, really? That's the best you can do? And again, I'm surprised that her parents actually allowed her to go out with them to the mall and actually do that shit.
I mean, she did disappear on her birthday. She could have used that to her advantage. Said, oh, my parents, for my birthday, arranged a trip for me.
I took a semester abroad or something. I don't know.
Or we went to visit relatives in Thailand. I had somebody, you know, sick, something like that.
I suppose. I mean, there are definitely way better excuses she could have given than that. And I feel like eventually somebody's going to question her about that, because, I mean, on the one hand, we saw this one girl just obviously didn't care. She just wanted somebody to gossip to again. And God, I feel that too. Especially like Anne, after everything she's been through, and then this girl's just like talking all this nonsense about school. It's like, oh God, why don't you just walk away?
But I think like after 5 months, definitely like her parents wouldn't forget, but the rest of society probably kind of forgot about it for the most part. Knew that it was still there, but they're not even thinking about it.
I suppose, but you think news of like 3 teenagers like, disappearing at once like would have been a big thing in school.
Probably for like the first couple months, and then everything kind of goes back to normal.
I guess. Again, I'm just looking forward to seeing how she addresses this with everybody else she encounters, because it's only a matter of time.
Like I said, it's still waiting for Sasha and Marcy's parents to become involved in this. And still waiting ultimately to find out if Marcy's parents made the move or if they actually stayed behind.
Good question.
Yeah.
And now we move on to the second one, the turning point. And like we said, this is a Sasha episode where she finally realizes what a manipulative bitch she's been all this time. And man, did they let her know about it.
It's almost like Mrs. Beakley was there weaponizing guilt.
Honestly, I was wondering how long it would take before she realized what she doing was wrong, and I guess finally seeing her friend get stabbed through the chest is what did it. Rightfully so.
That and losing basically everything except for the one place that kind of at least gave her some sort of amnesty aside from Toad Tower. Just the mere mention of Anne in a place where Anne holds a lot of sway, that's saying something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say, it's interesting how Grime isn't really affected by any of this, but then again, despite them showing him hospitality and whatnot, he really doesn't have an attachment to anyone. It really doesn't seem like toads in this universe have attachment to anybody. I mean, heck, I think it was his sister is the one that gave him his scarred eye, right? So, they don't even care about each other.
Oh, and I wonder if we're going to see how Grime handles the tax toads. Especially now that they're in charge of Toad Tower.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
I'm interested to see, who is still on Andreas' side and who is now going to turn against him. Because we saw that Unit and Olivia were still on his side, and I guess that was more out of fear of what they do rather than their own
they're trying to save their skins right now, yeah.
Although I question whether they're going to stay there out of fear or if they're actually going to, either defect later or if they're going to maybe go undercover and leak information to people who are, fighting against them.
Could be. I mean, obviously, whenever siege happens, we'll find out for certain.
I was wondering, too, in terms of the Toad Army, how much was, actually captured. Because we did see that one group that got caught, but we saw that his sister's group managed to escape. Because the Toads had a pretty big army. They had, from the 4 different corners of Amphibia? So I was wondering, are they all just going to be prisoners, or are they going to actually join the fight? Because you do need the Toads. They're, big warriors.
Yeah.
And granted, we've seen the Frogs can fight, too, but the Frogs are the ones that are actually sort of military-based and really brought up in the whole, war culture. So definitely need their resources on this. Plus, it's good that we see that their incentive is that half their numbers got captured, so that at least gives them a reason to fight against Andreas.
A thought also occurs to me that rather than using propaganda to rally the newts or anybody in Amphibia to be on the lookout for him, he has sent out robots to do the work.
Well, I mean, why not? The robots, for the most part, are mostly invulnerable, aside from, obviously trained warriors.
I know, but you would think, given that Andreas is the king of Amphibia, of Newtopia at least, he would speak up and try to turn the newts against everybody else.
I mean, on the one hand, he could because the Toads just evaded them, but it doesn't explain why the castle is now floating. It doesn't explain why our savior Marcy has suddenly disappeared. And I'm sure once that bug creature appears, that's another thing he's going to have to answer. I feel like at this point, everyone in Newtopia is probably just, hiding and on edge because they don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, they're probably scared shitless right now after the Toads invaded. They probably have no clue what's going on. And I'm not even sure how Andreas can properly spin this. Is he going to say that the Toads made the castle suddenly float? Are they the ones that harmed Marcy? I'm wondering how this is all going to go about. Especially with the Sun Frog robot army, he's going to have to explain that too. It just seems like there's a lot of things that are pointing toward, hey, this guy might be evil, that he's not going to fully be able to talk his way out of.
I don't know. He's a big personality. He's good at manipulating and deception. Honestly, I could very much see him turning everybody, at least, the newts, at the very least, to his side.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Although I feel like whoever Anne encountered while she was in Newtopia, who she made a good impression on, might be the few that defact to their side.
That is true, yeah.
She made friends with that mother and her daughter.
She made friends with little girl, the nacho salesman.
Sprig made friends with that bellhop at the hotel. He made a good impression on the head of the university. So they have allies, theoretically. It all depends whether or not they personally are loyal to the king or not, if they even buy what he's gonna try to push on them. Yeah, but all that aside, so this was pretty emotional in terms of seeing Sasha come around and realize what an awful person she's been and trying to make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad of that. I mean, not that it would have been catastrophic to Wartwood per se, because we can see that they actually can defend themselves. They can fight. But it's good that now they are joining their forces. They have more of a chance against Andreas, especially once they learn what happened exactly up in the castle. Because once they hear that Anne has been sent away and that Marcy got stabbed, they're definitely going to rally against the king.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the next episode?
So next episode, we have Thai Feud, and Adventures in Cat Sitting.
Oh, boy. I'm guessing they have to watch Domino. Hopefully Domino's not as deadly as Domino 2.
No, but it is still a cat.
Yeah. And we've seen, at the beginning opening that Domino is chasing Polly around, so something tells me it might be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's just more adventures of Anne in the human world. Probably see another appearance by Frobo T-1000. Hopefully Hot Pop doesn't fall for another scam. But who knows?
Not holding my breath.
Yeah. Until next time, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And remember, kids, honesty is important. Especially when it results in somebody getting stabbed. Stabbed.
Ah! I was gonna stab you.
Too slow.